Jerry, as you look at Butler, I mean, obviously they're coming off a loss to Valparaiso. Have they changed much since your first meeting?
No, I mean, I think that that's a group that, you know, is a lot like everybody in the league. When they're good, they can be very, very good, and when they're bad, they're not very good. And we don't have, for example, a large margin for error. We go out and play good basketball, but if we don't box out and rebound, if we don't make foul shots, or if we turn the ball over, we don't have enough talent to overcome some of our mistakes. And I think with Butler, they're a team that in the past has had enough to them that they've been able to overcome some of those areas in the game or during a game where they've slid a little bit. Well, with some of their younger kids, and they're good basketball players, but I think some of their younger kids have not matured to the level of the 3 kids that they lost last year, and I think that's caused them to struggle a little bit.
After what you've seen over the last couple of weeks, do you still think Butler's the best team in the conference?
When they're playing good, that's a tough question. If you watch them against Milwaukee, you'd say Milwaukee's better. If you watch them, against Valpo, Valpo right now probably has the most experience and has the most offense. With Wood and Johnson and those kids on the perimeter, those guys can really score the ball, and I think that makes Valpo really kind of special. They really haven't lost a ball game that they've had their group. They've had some injuries, and that's when people have kind of got them this year.
Coach, what did you do so well against Butler the last time? What were you happiest with that maybe you try to duplicate this time against them?
Oh, Chad, that's a good question. Because I wish we could bottle it. We talked about that today. We just played harder. We played harder than they played, and then on top of that, we made shots. So anytime that you play really, really hard and then make some shots. But our kids worked their tails off defensively, made it hard on them. And then on the offensive end, we really shot the ball well in that game. So, like I said, our margin of error is not where it needs to be, that you can take 5 or 7 minutes off in a game. UIC at the 11-10 mark, it's a 4-point ball game, and all of a sudden now you miss 5 straight possessions of missed shots, and you don't rebound, and all of a sudden you're in a hole. So, if we could duplicate what we did last time, that would be great energy and shoot the basketball.
Jerry, how tough is this stretch here with these 2 games, and then you got Wright State? I know you don't like to look ahead, but Butler and Valpo, and then Wright State, 3 games in 6 days, 5 days.
Yeah, this is a very, very tough stretch for you physically. It's February, and you want to be playing your best basketball right now, and you obviously have 2 top teams in the league. You're looking at a team tied for first, and 2 teams that are in second, tied for second, that you play in your next 3 games. The league's a grind, and it just doesn't get easier, and you got to play good basketball.
Coach, it's not often that most teams get to host a team that had finished as the nation's runner-up last year. Has the makings for a pretty neat atmosphere. Expect a big crowd here on Thursday night.
Yeah, these are 2 games that historically have drawn very well. Obviously, Butler's the name. Valpo comes in with some history from the Mid-Con and we again, Chad, we played both of those teams well at their places for 40 minutes against Butler, and for about 28 or 30 minutes against Valpo. So, we're working at it and trying to get it done and going in a positive direction.